Hey guys, welcome back to City C. It's been a while. I'm not even gonna ignore the elephant in the room. It's been a whole probably 3 or 4 months since I started back with filming and everything. But I decided to make a video for the new year. But it's just me like doing a recap of 2025, like the whole year of 2025. It's not gonna be a long, drawn out video. It's gonna be pretty straightforward and to the point. Whereas like me summarizing everything that happened this year. But hopefully you guys like, comment, subscribe, and enjoy this video. And let me know if you have any other video recommendations for me to do. But without further ado, let's get started. I would say this year was really good. I was blessed this year and I enjoyed this year. Some takeaways. I have to really sit back and think about that. But let's just start with the month of January, which is my birthday month. So January was good. It was second semester of my freshman year. So I was still like, kind of getting adjusted because I was getting adjusted to that year because the semester before, which is the first semester, I was sick for a whole month. So I kind of missed school and it was bad. So second semester, I got back up on my feet. Second semester, track season started that same month. So I was like, okay, I gotta, turn it up and get ready to balance school and track because, this is my first year in high school. So this was new to me, but I had to learn how to be a student athlete actually at a level other than middle school because before this I was in middle school and it wasn't the same as high school. So yeah, if you know, So I did a lot of like knitting in this month. I made a sweater or like a crop sweater, bolero. I have a video on that too. I'm gonna go check that out. And then afterwards, I was just, chilling, going to practices. On my birthday, it was really good. I had a wonderful time with my parents. My birthday, that was fun. Um, yeah, but other than that, the birthday month and then first week or first 2 weeks of practice for school track that month, and then as we go on to like February and March and May and April, those were some really good months. I would say my favorite was probably April because April, we went on a spring break trip. Our track team went on a spring break trip. It was in Florida, and it was a meet called the Florida Relay. It's like a big meet, and I had fun at that meet. I just ran on the relay with my teammates. It was fun. I stayed in the Airbnb and stuff like that. And I also met, one of my favorite track runners, Mackenzie Long. I took a picture with her and like she gave me and my teammates some tips and stuff like that before our relay. So that was cool. And then after April, it was pretty fun. I was in Florida. My sister's birthday was also in April, so it was like, it was just like a not a vacation, but some time away from school basically. May was actually really busy. I'm gonna tell you why. May was state championships for track because, like I mentioned earlier, I run track. It was rough. Like I didn't have the best performance, and especially for me coming out of town because, previously I was in my brother's graduation, so yeah, it was graduation, and so I came back. I was healthy and everything. For some reason, I don't know if I was sick or what. I just didn't perform the best at state. So of course I was mad about that. The whole time I was at state, I was like this is my moment. This is the last meet of the season. What happened? But it's fine. It's fine. Like I'm definitely gonna redeem myself, in the future. But that was that. State championships, and then of course the last 2 weeks of school. I have a school vlog up here. Yeah, it's kind of cringy for me to sit back and watch that again, but that's there. Um, I had exams, later on in May. It was cool. I would say it was cool. I did good on some exams. Some exams I didn't do the best on, like hint geometry. I'm still scarred from that, but that was that. And then it was the start of summer track season, so I only had like a week break, and then I had to get the ball rolling again for summer track. And yeah, my first meet for summer track was good. Like it was like the 27th or whatever, but it was good. I had a good first meet for that. And then also, okay, so that was May, right? State championship, start of summer track season, last week of school or last weeks of school, my exams and stuff like that. And then we hit June. June, June. I will say this: not a lot happened in June. Not a lot happened in June at all. But you know, I did this art camp my grandma hosted for me and my sisters and my cousin to do. That was fun. I just taught my cousins how to like, knit different things. We painted. My sister hosted that class and stuff. It was an art camp that was pretty fun for my. It was an art camp that was fun for me and my siblings to participate in and teach, and it was just a really good experience. And then I have this, um, you know, this ceremony me and my teammates went to because for the track season, which was like winter slash spring, my teammate, me and my teammates got the 4x4 state record for that year. So we was invited to go to the Atlanta All Metro ceremony. That's where these pictures are. I also have a video on that if you want to check that out. It's a little more in depth because I'm not going to go into it right now because there's other months I have to get into and I'm not going to stay on June. But that's where I went and it was fun. My first time going, that was new to me because I've never been invited or I never went before. But I got to see that experience and that was cool. I definitely plan on going again, so I have to work for it because nothing comes easy in life. So that was June. Am I missing anything else in June? June. A bunch of practices, a bunch of track meets. I will say that. Yeah, okay, and then we get to July. July, I went to this Braves All-Star game experience, and it was fun because my sister found out about it, and then she went the next week. My whole family basically went, or some of my family went, and it was fun. It was fun. It was, pretty fun. I didn't do a lot there. I just walked around, and I did like this promo video as if I was a baseball player or a softball player. That was cool. It was fun, and that was July. If y'all want to know like what else happened in July, I also qualified for the Junior Olympics, which was like July 26th or whatever. It was in Savannah, Georgia. It was fine. I will say I didn't perform the way I wanted to in all of my events, but I did become an All-American in one of my events, which was the 4x4. And yeah, it was definitely like hot. So I almost passed out after one of my races. Like I felt dizzy, nauseous. Like I wasn't even in my right mind. I was just out of it. But that was cool. It was fun though because it was in Savannah, Georgia. But it was cool. It was just really really hot. So if you ever go there in the summer, I will say make sure you hydrate and just like be prepared for it because that's like you wouldn't even expect it to be that hot. Because I've been to Texas and California and that was different kind of monster. That was a different kind of beast. I wasn't ready for that. So, but yeah, I participated and ran there. I should have some pictures inserted after during the editing process, but there's some pictures there for Junior Olympics. It was fun. My teammates and I played second, but yeah. So then, okay, after July, after the Junior Olympics, I was home. Well, I am at a new school now, but I was switching schools and process of switching schools. So I had to kind of like be prepared. I was excited, a little bit nervous, and everything. So I had to kind of like get my mind right for that. While I was at the Junior Olympics, so I had a lot of stuff going on. And when I came back, I was a little bit more relieved because I was like, okay, well, I'm done running right now. All I have to worry about is getting ready for school. A new school at that. So I was like, okay, I have to let me get my book ready. Let me get this book done. Let me finish reading that. Let me get my school supplies ready and my uniforms and stuff like that. And I did. All that turned out good. So that was that. And then I have a book. I have a video on that too if y'all want to check that out. So this is August, right? I'm getting ready for school. I'm trying to finish up reading this book. But come to notice, I was reading the wrong book for summer reading, and I spent good amount of time reading that book. But I was reading the wrong book because I thought I was in a different English class. I thought I was in one English class, but come to find out, 2 weeks later, I was in another English class. And I was supposed to be reading a different book, so I went ahead and like crammed, listened to an audiobook about the different book that I was supposed to be reading until that book came in the mail. Blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of stuff going on, but I eventually got the right book and got a good grade on the essay. So, okay, so that's August. And it was my first day of school, first week of school. The whole thing was good. Like, I came and I was like, okay, I really like this place. I was excited. I loved the place. And, I got adjusted easily and everything worked out fine. Yeah, I enjoyed my first month of school. I was at it. September. Okay, so September, it was a pretty chill month. Honestly, what did I do? Oh, I went to a couple of football games, which was fun. Like I liked going to the football games. You know, I didn't do much. I was just watching the game, talking with friends, but it was still good. Like I enjoyed the experience. So, because my brother is on the football team, I was just really vibing onto the games, and I enjoyed that because it's a good high school experience that you kind of want to encounter, a few times within the 4 years of you being there. It's just, yeah, that was fun. But that's mostly what I did in September. Also, you know, chemistry got a little bit harder, way harder than I expected earlier in the year. 'Cause I was doing fine. I was like, okay, I have a good grade in chemistry. And then all of a sudden, I was like, whew, chemistry is no joke at all. Like, I'm not even playing at all. But October,